We've got it down to an even 120 grit polish throughout the blade, and we're going to actually heat treat this blade and start preparing it for finish. Once we quench this, it'll be hardened, and we'll get it set into really doing the polish work after this, the final leg of our polishing. So we're going to begin to heat treat the blade. As we said before, zombie apocalypse, we're using a propane tank, a small propane tank, something you can get from a camp store, Coleman propane. We're not going to use a forge, and as a result, that's going to affect the heat treating we can do on this steel. So we're going to start with our heating down here, because we're going to want to achieve the greatest effect at the cutting edge of the blade, portion of the blade that's going to be used the most for cutting down here. We don't mind if the metal is a little bit softer, so we'll start our heating here and work our way up the blade, and then we'll go quench it. So here we go. We're starting to get straw brown here. That's really what we want to accomplish. What I'm going to do is turn off the bright lights because I cannot see changes in the metal. Now, propane is a pretty neutral heating material, so if you can get propane, you're in business. Propane doesn't add or draw carbon from the steel the same way charcoal would. So for an amateur, this is a much safer prospect. You're not going to over-harden your steel. You're not going to change a chemical by accident. And you're not going to over-soften it as long as you're not hammering it at low temperature. So as you can see, I've got the heat where I want it about. Work the straw brown in, I'm able to hold on to it. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to quench the blade. Just a moment. Now this is a fly-by-night way to do it. I don't expect this to be anywhere near the same quality as the blade that I'm able to put into a forge. I'm not able to heat it as evenly. I'm not able to treat it the same way. But I do believe that we'll have a better sword than most of the people who buy them off the shelf in knife shops. And it'll be a light, quick blade, which will make it a really dangerous blade. So once we cut the final edge on this thing, we'll go cut some watermelons or bottles of water and demonstrate just how good this thing can be. Sorry if you can't see the nuances of what I can see. Lighting's not good for you. It's not great for me either, because I had to leave enough light that you could still see me on the tape. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Alright, so here we go. It's our zombie apocalypse blade after it's been quenched. Still going to be really flexible. Should be, so you got a nice spring to it. Just enough carbon in it, and we were able to get it just hot enough with the torch that should be able to hold a good edge and do well as a fighting blade. It's got a really nice coloring to it. I don't know if we'll be able to catch it on video, but let's see what we can do. You can see the coloring. It's really nice right now. So there we go, a little hot blue there, and that should make the blade a little more rust resistant too. So there we go, Zombie Apocalypse blade after heat treating.